But just so we do give them a proper introduction, and for anyone who in case hasn't had the pleasure of speaking or meeting them yet, let me introduce to you our two presenters. Lior Skaler, I'll start off with him, is someone who I know personally, and has been a friend of mine for years, and also someone who introduced me to GWT personally. He is, of course, a regional ambassador and founding member with Global Wealth Trade. And for those of you who may not know, he actually had his own consulting business with Microsoft before he came to GWT. And he often says in his testimonials, in his 2-minute stories, in his tour presentations that he was working 70 hours a week, and he doesn't know anybody who wanted to or gets excited about working 70 hours a week for the rest of their lives. And when he saw GWT, he started, of course, part-time. Very soon after, he closed down his business with his consulting business, and he has been with GWT for over 4 years now. He's won many awards from the company, including the President's Cup Award, which is the highest honor of the company, at the 2012 annual convention. He was also honored at the 2013 annual convention, and he's gotten many, many accolades for his leadership, his mentorship, and for strong business growth. He's also recognized by Scorekeeper of the industry, businessforhome.org, as one of the top MLM mentors in 2012, which is a really, really prestigious honor. He's a 6-figure earner, and he's on the track to become one of the next GWT millionaires. So that's a little bit about Lior. Now let me tell you a little about Rene Liaw. Now Rene is someone I got to know once I joined GWT, and he is someone who is just so caring, so devoted, so eager, and so available to help. It's a quality that just personally blew me away. To be a top earner with the company, and to be so available to help others who are looking to do the same. Rene Liaw is, of course, our second millionaire and also the youngest millionaire with the company. His business, started out in Canada, and then was expanded to many, many countries all over the world. He is, of course, also a prominent leader in the Taiwan market. He has teams in different countries, different language groups, different cities all over the world. He is someone who's also started the RGWT website and has been a primary contributor. And this is where I learned what Rene, I think, is a master of, really comparing and studying the industry. And he's done many comparisons with different companies, different company compensation plans. And this is really where I learned, what GWT has that no one else in the industry in the world has. So Rene is a master of compensation plan comparisons. And the greatest thing is he started with little to no experience when he joined GWT. So he's a great role model for anyone who really wants to get into the industry and build financial wealth once and for the rest of their lives, even be able to have something to pass on to future generations. So, gentlemen, take it away. You have our undivided attention, and we are very eager to learn about the tripod of belief.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Ina, for that wonderful introduction. And I think my head is almost too big and can't fit through the door there. But thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And it's been a pleasure again getting a chance to spend some time with you. Yesterday it was, at the incredible CDSC at the Sea event, where I literally believe that every single person who was there just got a shocking of their life. So great again to get a chance to see you and play some volleyball with you, of course, and have a barbecue with you. So. And I wanted to quick sort of double check to make sure we have Lior Skaler on the line with us. Lior, are you there with us? Okay, so we're just going to sort of double check that we can get Lior Skaler on the line. Lior, your line is unmuted, so just make sure that if you can, that you have your side on and muted as well too. So in the meantime, though, we will.
Hi, Rene. Can you hear me?
There we are. Yes, Lior. Thank you very much for joining the call. And so, Lior, I know that for us, one of the biggest things coming to this business and joining the company when we were just sort of getting started about 5, 6 years ago, one of the biggest things that really helped us get going was just having a chance to see and hear from the CEO, Rene Skaler, as well as the VP, Snaz Human, and just kind of seeing how the company grew so much over the past 6 years. And so for me and you, our belief in the company is an all-time high, and especially with the yesterday's CDSC event, our belief just went out the roof, up onto the moon, past the stars, into the next galaxy. But how important is it, Lior, to have this tripod of belief, and what is that exactly, Lior?
Well, first of all, Rene, I just want to say hello to everybody on the call. Thank you for joining us. And I want to say a big thank you to our host, Ina Banishes, who actually drove 9 hours from New York to Toronto yesterday just to be a part of the CDSE by the Sea event with a couple of our top leaders from New York, Yelena Banishes and Anna Doherty. So I just want to give a shout out to them. Absolutely, Rene. The tripod of belief is probably the most important training topic that I can remember doing on this call. Your belief is what your prospects hear. They don't really listen to the words that you say. Well, hopefully they do, but what they're listening for is your confidence and your belief in three things. And, just really quickly, for those of you on this call, a tripod is kind of like one of those things with three legs that you might put a camera on. And if those three legs, even if one of them is not strong and stable, the whole camera is going to fall on the floor because the tripod is not stable. And so in our business, there's also three pillars and three legs that all three have to be strong in order for you to have the belief and the confidence that you need in order to go out there and build yourself a great business with global wealth trade. And Rene, why don't we start off by talking about what those three are?
Absolutely, and just kind of it kind of brought to my attention as well that some people I know in this company actually have two or one or two really strong of the three tripods, but and they're lacking in other areas. And likewise, if not just if you're missing one leg, but if one of your areas is going to be a bit of a smaller belief compared to the other two, then of course your tripod's going to lean to one direction and you're not going to be able to stand up straight against the wind, right? So, and the wind, I mean by, for example, when time gets tough, things get rough, you won't be able to stand up and push through that. So, moving right along here, of course, the tripod of belief is really all about the mindset. And the mindset, if you look at any of the top income earners, not just in this company, but any other company in the world, the mindset is everything. And it comes down to this. If you have the wrong mindset, nothing will work. It's that simple. There's no secret to this business. However, if you have the right mindset, I can guarantee you everything will work. And Lior has a great thing that he sort of has learned or sort of created actually that I learned from him in the Miami training, which was before you leave your door, you want to make a quick sort of a check with yourself. And Lior, why don't you cover with us, what you call the HALT sort of checklist over there?
Yeah, well, the HALT checklist is something I've learned from all of my reading of personal development books and attending seminars. And, again, it's all about your mindset. And that's why I try to read 5 or 10 pages of a personal development book every day or watch a personal development video or attend seminars. The reason I do that is to keep strengthening my mindset because that's how important it is. And one of the things that I learned is something called HALT. So HALT is a great acronym for you to remember before you really do anything business related, before you speak to a prospect, before you listen to a training, before you do a follow-up call, before you do anything, ask yourself, do I need to halt? And the reason why you may need to halt is one of these four things. So one of them is, maybe you're hungry, or maybe you're angry, or maybe you're lonely, or maybe you're tired. So what do you do in these situations? Well, if you're hungry, you should probably eat something. If you're angry, then you should probably do something that makes you happy. If you're lonely, pick up the phone and call somebody. If you're tired, take a nap, okay? So if one of these things is there for you in that moment, if you're hungry before you pick up the phone to call a prospect, if you're angry before you do a follow-up, if you're, lonely before you listen to a training, it's not going to go very well. And so you want to say to yourself, halt. I'm going to halt right now, and I'm going to make sure that all of these four things are not there. Once you've taken care of these four things, now you're in the proper mindset to go on and do whatever activity you were going to do for your business. So back to you, Rene.
That's incredible, Lior. And one thing that I also learned as well, just through years of being in business as well too, is really too many people that I know out there too often allow their emotions to sort of dictate their actions. And so if they're not in a good mood, then or they're feeling kind of down or angry, then their emotions dictate their actions, which is actually very, very bad when it comes to business. And so the one thing you want to learn that I picked up from a lot of books out there is you have the ability, like Lior is sort of saying over here, to take action to lead to emotions. So you can actually do something to change how you feel, and that's what it's all about. And I remember back in the days when I was going to a meeting, if I was ever at all either sad or down or upset or one of the four things here, one thing I learned to do was just put on some really good, sort of upbeat music, because I don't know why this is, but some people when they get sad, and they're down and out, all of a sudden, all you hear on the car channel is Babyface, or Boys to Men, or Mariah Carey, things that if you're sad and you play these songs, it's gonna absolutely tear you apart. So what you gotta do is, play some really funky, hardcore, happy rave type music, really high beat, get you pumped up. And what you'll notice is that by taking this action to change the music that you're listening to, it can have a significant impact on your emotions. It can make you feel a lot better and have the ability to go into that meeting and display 100% of what you want to display. So, moving right along here, of course. So, Lior, really quickly, what are the three areas of the tripod?
Well, Rene, the three areas of the tripod are belief in the industry, belief in the company, and belief in yourself. And again, you need to have all three things be really strong so that regardless of what happens, regardless of what somebody says, regardless of some of the results you might be getting, regardless of anything, if you have belief in all these three areas like we've been talking about, nothing is going to be able to set your ship off of the direction that it's going. And that's why these three are so important. So why don't we jump right in, Rene?
Sounds good. And for tonight, I think the main thing I want to focus on as well, of course, is going to be a lot in these three areas. And you will see some slides that might pop up that are sort of more focused in the comp plan or the products. And because we have a lot of training on that, and for tonight's time's sake, we might skip those as well. But Lior, take it away. Let's talk about the industry here.
Well, belief in the industry is something that I didn't have when I first got started in this company, because this is my first company in this industry. And so when I got started, I needed to learn everything that I needed to know in order to be confident that this industry and this profession was going to be the profession that I was going to take seriously and put my 100% effort into it, because I knew what it was going to give me in terms of the freedom in my life. And so, a lot of people talk about what this industry could do, but sometimes you need to have that belief yourself by doing the research yourself. So, once I did my research, I started to understand that there's no other industry that has created more millionaires than direct sales. And that's the kind of an industry that I wanted to be a part of, an industry that creates millionaires. And there's no other opportunity allows for such a small investment with an unlimited return. McDonald's charges $2 million to buy a franchise. I don't think anybody on this call has $2 million to buy a McDonald's franchise. Even a coffee shop like in Canada called Tim Hortons is at least $1 million right now, and that's for just a coffee shop. I mean, I also know of a Dunkin' Donuts, a person who owns Dunkin' Donuts in Florida, in South Florida. He not only bought one, he had to buy 28 Dunkin' Donuts because the profit that he was making just off of one was very, very small. And so, think about all of the other professions and companies and businesses that you can buy, they may look like a good business on the outside, but when you actually do some research, there's a lot of investment necessary. You need to buy many different stores sometimes just to make a healthy profit. There's a lot of overhead, a lot of risk. And so when I started to look more into the industry of direct sales, and I started to realize with such a small investment, I mean, in our company, from a few $100s to a few $1,000s compared to $1 million in some industries is very, very small. You can make as much money as you want to make based on your efforts. So you're not limited to how much money you can make. If you want to make 10,000 a month, you could do that. If you want to make 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month or more, you can definitely do that in direct sales. Low overhead. Your monthly expenses are nothing. In our company, your monthly expenses are capped at $150 a month, and that still goes towards your products that you can wear happily, or give as gifts or whatever else you want to use them for. So really, there is no overhead in our business, which is incredible. So, and you can make unlimited return on your money with no overhead. If you started to do some research on some businesses that you could start, and started to understand the costs involved and the headaches involved and the amount of things that you need to learn and understand, I mean, you would quickly understand that direct sales is much easier and where you want to be at. You can work at your own time, your own flexible hours. My office is Starbucks sometimes, so I've got about 4,000 offices all around the world, and they're free. I don't have to pay any rent. Okay, I can work in any one of my 4,000 Starbucks offices in any country in the world. Sometimes my office looks like the beach, and I have a great view of the ocean. Sometimes when I'm walking through a mall, I get a phone call, and that's my office while I'm doing shopping at the mall. Or sometimes I'm at the gym and I get a phone call, and that's my office. But that's the beautiful thing. You don't have to sit in a cubicle for 40 hours a week for the next 40 years of your life. You have the freedom to go to the gym, to sit on the beach, to travel around the world, and while you're living your life, you can take a phone call here and there, and you can speak to people, and that's what a professional networker does. And these are some of the things that I've learned in my research about the freedom that direct sales provides. The amount of tax deductions that you get with a home-based business is incredible, especially with our company, because you can do this business, our business specifically, in any country in the world, and there's not many companies in this industry that are able to do business in every country in the world, but because our products are pre-approved and we are able to do our business in every country in the world, many countries that you actually travel to, maybe they might be for vacation, but if you end up doing some business there, that trip now qualifies for some tax deductions. And again, I'm not a tax lawyer or an accountant, so don't take my word on it. Call a lawyer, call an accountant, speak to them, and ask them, when I travel, what kind of tax deductions can I receive? So again, a lot of benefits from that point of view with regards to being in direct sales, and very low risk. Let's say that in our business you invested $3,000, you received $10,000 of free products, and let's say, worst case scenario, you didn't end up making any money. Well, the worst case scenario is you just got $10,000 of free products and tax deductions, so you actually made money at the end of the year. So where it says low risk, it should actually say no risk, because you're making money just by being a part of this company in the direct sales industry. And you gain experience in owning your own business. I've heard many interviews from Donald Trump, who's a billionaire, from Bill Gates, obviously the owner of Microsoft, from Warren Buffett, the top investors in the world. By the way, Warren Buffett, the number 3 richest man in the world, he actually owns 7 companies in the direct sales industry. So why would one of the wealthiest men own a direct sales company? Well, obviously because it's very profitable. And that's the kind of a business you want to be in, an industry and a company that's very profitable. So what I was saying is that I've seen Donald Trump and Warren Buffett and Bill Gates do interviews, and the question, I think on David Letterman once, I heard him ask either Donald Trump or Bill Gates, if you were to start all over again, what type of a business would you start, or how would you get started in business? And the answer was, I would start in network marketing, because you can build a lot of experience, you can leverage a big company's efforts, You don't have to invest your own money. You don't have to do a lot of the things that the company does. You just invest a little bit of an amount and you learn a lot about owning your own business. And it's okay if you make a few mistakes in direct sales because, again, there's no risk. So you're just learning, you're growing, and you eventually get to the point where you start to generate passive residual income, and it starts coming in week after week after week, just like it's happening for Rene and myself. And I can tell you right now, there's no better business to be in than when you receive weekly income week after week after week. And some weeks you might not work. Maybe you'll take a week off. Maybe you'll work a week. But here's the beautiful thing about direct sales is it's passive residual income. So even the weeks that maybe you don't want to work, you're still getting paid. And if you're working, you're getting paid even more. And that's, you know, just a few things of why I chose the direct sales industry and why it's so great. Rene, do you want to add a few more things there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially with the industry of direct sales, where it's a very kind of almost sometimes misunderstood industry because a lot of it is just sort of people sort of telling people their own little quick experience with it, which literally have none. And so for myself too, again, and Lior, just understanding the industry was one of the foundational key start points to my business here. But many people don't realize, and Lior kind of touched upon this, is how many people and well-known, rich people actually endorse this industry. So if you don't know this by now, the direct sales industry is actually endorsed by Warren Buffett, as Leroy just mentioned, and of course Donald Trump, where he did mention David Letterman that if he had to start all over again, he would choose network marketing as well too. Robert Kiyosaki, who is so well known for his work on Rich Dad Poor Dad and many other sort of mindset books out there, in finances. I mean, everyone knows Robert Kiyosaki for what he's done, and he's helped so many people just break through. And of course, he personally endorses again the industry of network marketing, direct sales, or multi-level marketing because what it can do. And also Bill Clinton. There's actually a video on YouTube of Bill Clinton basically endorsing how the direct sales industry has helped tremendously with the U.S. market and the U.S. growth. And lastly, but not least, of course, the Wall Street Journal, one of New York's most sort of huge business journals out there, had a huge segment talking about direct sales, and covered a lot of different key points. There's like a 20-page article on the Wall Street Journal talking about direct sales. Of course, this industry is one of the longest running industries out there. It's been around for, well over 60 years now. So it's not like a new kind of industry out there. And most importantly, the industry of direct selling can give you what most people would dream of, which is residual income. And that's the ability of getting paid, for helping others succeed. And that's one of the biggest rewarding feelings you can get when you help others achieve success. Your success grows even more so. And of course, now we want to cover really quickly a few things in terms of having belief in the company. So Lior, please take it away.
Thank you very much, Rene. And, some of the magazines, just going back to the industry for a second, for those of you who want to learn more about the industry and gain more of a belief, there's a great publication called the Networking Times magazine. And the Networking Times magazine you can actually find in the back office in the promo section. You can order a subscription to the Networking Times magazine. I know that both Rene and myself have a subscription to the Networking Times. And basically, in the Networking Times, you hear stories from top income earners, you hear tips, you hear tricks, you hear, lots of things that you can learn to understand the difference that direct sales is making in people's lives. And I know that our own Vice President of Product Development, Sanaz Human, was featured in that magazine. I know that our own CEO and founder, Ramin Mesgarlu, was featured in that magazine, and some of our top earners were featured in the magazine as well. So again, that is a great resource for strengthening your belief in this industry. You also want to go to businessforhome.org, and we had the pleasure of having the owner of businessforhome.org, Mr. Ted Neuton, who flew in from the Netherlands into Toronto to be at our CDSC event yesterday, so it was great sitting on the yacht with Ted and just talking about the industry. And when you go on businessforhome.org, you'll actually see a lot of the top earners from our company featured on that site. And there's a lot of articles on our company that are on that website. And you're going to see more and more articles coming out on that website about our company. And there's a lot of great information on Business for Home about the industry as well. So those are just a few of the places you can strengthen your belief in the industry. Now, once you have the belief in the industry, which is very powerful, the next thing you want to have is belief in the company. Now, my belief in the company is so strong because I've seen all the research and I've seen other companies and I've compared other companies, and Rene has a great website called ourgwt.com where you can actually find comparisons between our company and other companies. And so if you haven't been there, you definitely want to look at those comparisons to see why we are number one compared to any company in the world. There's a lot of information out there about why Global Wealth Trade is number one in direct sales. First of all, the company's been around for 8 years already. Many of the hundreds and even thousands of companies in direct sales who get started, 18 months later, they're out of business. And they're out of business for many different reasons. But the fact that we've been in business for 8 years, that says something about our company over and above many other companies in this industry. The credibility that we have on the media page of our website is just incredible. Over 120 plus celebrities and more celebrities are constantly added to the media page, wearing our products, talking about how much they love our brand. We were also featured in the American Business Journal twice, and once on the front cover. So the first time that we were featured in the American Business Journal, Warren Buffett, the third richest man in the world, was on the front cover, and we had an article in that magazine. After people read that article, the magazine was actually getting so many inquiries about the company that they needed to interview the owner of our company, Ramin Mizgarla, to find out what was so special about our company. And so the next issue after that, they put Ramin's picture right on the front of the American Business Journal, did a big interview with him about our company, and that was actually sent out to 300,000 CEOs in the United States. So that was some great publicity, and it showed a lot of people in the world that this company is serious. And by the way, that article, the fact that we were featured in the American Business Journal, that has never been done before by any direct sales company. So this company is the first direct sales company to be featured on the cover of the American Business Journal, which is phenomenal. Featured in the Canadian Business Journal as well, featured in Prestige magazine, Regard magazine 3 times on the front cover with an 8-page spread. I know that there's also videos on the media page on the website of Global Wealth Trade being featured at the Toronto International Film Festival. I know that we were also featured in the Canadian Jewelers Association magazine 3 times, and this is a big deal because this is the association of jewelry that is talking about how special our company is, and they even said that our products are unimaginable. Okay, unimaginable is what the Jewelry Association in Canada said about Global Wealth Trade's products, which is incredible. And you don't have to trust Global Wealth Trade on the quality of its products. You don't have to even trust the Canadian Jewelers Association, because all of our products are appraised by independent third-party appraisal institutes, which are actually also the largest appraisal institutes in the world, in IGI, GIA, AGS, GemLab. We only use the best third-party appraisal institutes to appraise our quality of products, and that's why they're incredible. And there's so many people and so many companies and magazines talking about the company right now. And I mean, I wish I could tell you what else is coming out, because this is something that we heard yesterday at the CDSC event, that the company is going to be featured on the big stage. And I don't want to say any more because I know that it's a surprise, and I know that we have a big event on September 21st that's going to be announcing a lot of things. I really want to say it, but I can't. So Rene, why don't you tell them a little bit more about how they can build their belief in the company?
Lior, after hearing that special announcement that you're talking about, I mean, it's so hard, but we have to just bite our tongue till it bleeds because boy, oh boy, when you guys find out what that is on the September 21st conference, make sure you have your tickets bought tonight because seating is limited. You're not going to believe what is coming up in the short future. So, and one thing to really sort of mention as well too, that you may be looking at this slide here and thinking, wow, it's a lot of great media stuff. But to really understand the power of what you have in this company and the belief in this company is the fact that no other direct sales company has this much third-party media talking about them. And I recall from my very first company I was in, I don't want to give any names out there, but USANA, in that company, I remember seeing an article from sorry, it's called the Successful Home Business Journal magazine, and they did a whole article on this company called USANA. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. They have this third-party media company talking all about USANA. And I bought so many copies. I got out there. I was so proud, and I was pushing about this amazing media. And not only to later on realize that every other sort of big company in direct sales also had their own version of that magazine from the same network marketing business journal, which is called the Successful Home Business Journal. And that's where I realized that, it wasn't that special. And so the one thing that's so different about our company is that we have so many third party, non MLM, non direct sales, non network marketing media talking about our company. And so you can be proud, to call this company your own. And, I mean, we're so far away from a typical kind of direct sales company because of the fact that we have so much third party media talking about us. But we do have many more as well too. Lior did mention that we were featured now again 3 times. So when Canadian Jeweler, which is for the past 125 years, been the authority in the jewelry industry, once they saw our Fairy March 19 karat gold and 21 karat gold line, they wrote 3 different articles talking about how special our products were. Of course, featured in Preferred Magazine now 3 times as well, where they even had an article on the top 10 best masterpieces of all time. And of course, they had other brands like, of course, Rolex and Mont Blanc, Patek Philippe, Chopard, but also, of course, you had our Fairy President watch make it onto the front cover and into the top 10 of that magazine as well too. You see models wearing Hugo Boss and Versace and all blinged out with fairy jewelry. Of course, we were, of course, also featured in the Network Marketing Business Journal and given twice as Company of the Month. And they said things like, our company is in a class of its own. And that to me is so special because it's not saying we're another one of those, latest and greatest, health companies, but we're actually in a class of our own. We separate ourselves. We're a totally different kind of, smell, feeling, vibe, whatever you want to call it. We're just so different. Of course, also, we're also being given an A+ ranking on the BBB, and the BBB stands for the Better Business Bureau. It's actually an online website by the government you can look at on the States and by Canada. And there's other companies out there that you'll see, such as Microsoft or IBM or LV and Gucci. And a lot of these companies, might have decent rankings, some have really bad rankings. I know that the Microsoft website has an A+ ranking. However, if you look at their amount of complaints, they have over 3,000 complaints. So people can actually go onto this website and complain about the companies, whether it's a product or the service or whatever it might be. And Microsoft has like well over 3,000 complaints, of which only I think 500 were actually closed. So they have well over 2,500 complaints that haven't been addressed yet. And I'm so proud to say that, when I joined this company, we got on BBB, went from like a C minus, which is a default sort of entry level ranking, became a C, became a B, became an A, and then A minus A, and now of course an A+ ranking on the BBB. And over the last 7 years, I think we only ever had sort of 2 complaints, both that were handled right away. And of course, it was regarding some sort of small things. But that's how incredible that having a 7-year-old company, again, over 8 years now, with a A+ ranking. Of course, what's so special about our company is that a lot of other companies out there, and I talk about this a lot, and so is Lior when it comes to the industry, is, there's so much health and wellness companies out there selling you the latest, potion or lotion, and, they're all telling you how special their products are. But the problem is who really knows who has the best products? And really, when you have 10,000 companies out there and 3,000 of them have their own patent when it comes to their health products, it doesn't really become that much more special. And that's where, with our company, what you can be so proud about is to know that there's no one else in the direct sales industry, or for that matter alone, there's no one else in the whole entire world that has what we have. No one else has 19 karat gold with our special formula to make it hard enough to set diamonds. No one has 21 karat gold again with a formula hard enough to set diamonds, and as well as with plankton. So you literally can say that you have a product that no other company in the world has but us. And it's so special that we've had other companies, of course, like Hall Renfrew and those other big brands who would die. Can you imagine, if how many companies like Tiffany's or LV Gucci would want to get access to this kind of technology? But again, they don't really care about it so much because they already have there's something making so much money already selling their products at such a high price because of the brand. But again, if they had the chance to get a hold of the special technology that we have, they'd be all over it. But in our company, again, our CEO didn't want to give away this opportunity, this special formula, to other sort of big brands out there. He wanted to give a chance to our LCs, our luxury consultants in our company, to get a chance to go ahead and market these products and make a huge residual income through GWT here. So Lior, we have a lot more to talk about in terms of the belief in the company. Take it away.
All right. Well, I think we definitely need to add to the company's tagline. We're so special, because definitely this company has a lot of things that make us special, and it's great to have a company that you can brag about, isn't it? I mean, with all these other companies in this industry that are all the same. 97% of all the companies in this industry are trying to compete with each other. We are special because we are something different, something special, and we do have something nobody else has. We're the only company in the world that allows you to buy and sell a brand. There's many jewelry companies out there, but we're not a jewelry company. There's fashion jewelry companies. We're not any of that. We are a designer brand, and we are the only designer brand in the world. Not only are we a designer brand, but we're also a brand that allows you to earn residual income. So within the industry of direct sales, we're the only brand. And even outside of the direct sales industry, when you look at companies like Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and those companies, we are the only designer brand in the world that allows you to earn a residual income. None of those other brands allow you to make money by wearing and promoting the products, which is incredible, because if you're going to wear a watch, you might as well get paid for it. If you're going to wear jewelry, you might as well get paid for it. And we are the only company that allows you to do that. We're also the only company in the world that has plankton, which is our patented material, which is a mixture of tungsten and platinum mixed together. Beautiful material. So we're the only company that does that. We're the only company that makes 19 karat gold and 21 karat gold with diamonds. Okay. Some people say, well, in India or in Dubai, they have 19 and 21 karat gold. Yeah, but they don't have it with diamonds, okay? Because when you want to put a diamond in 19 or 21 karat gold, you got to make sure the gold is hard enough. And we are the only company in 3 to 5,000 years that's been able to make 19 and 21 karat gold hard enough to hold a diamond. So, make sure you understand that. Not only in direct sales, but also in the world in the last 5,000 years. We're the only company. We also have the best compensation plan in the world. I mentioned it before. Go to ourgwt.com for comparisons to other companies. We have the only free-flowing variable binary system that's never been done before, never created in the history of direct sales, and you are fortunate to be part of a company that has something like that. So, I can talk about our compensation plan for another hour or two, but, go to our GWT and look at some of the differences between our company and other companies, and you'll really understand why our compensation plan is so special. Rene?
Absolutely there, Lior. And of course, we don't have enough time tonight to cover again, one of the key things about our business plan being how special the comp plan is. But on that website, on the left banner, all the training there is actually by alphabetical order. If you want to see a training that talks about how we have the best comp plan, there's actually a whole section under compensation plan pitfalls and also comparisons as well too. So go ahead and make your way there afterwards. But moving right along here, really quickly, when you do look at other companies and the pitfalls of MLM, and a pitfall is something that's designed to actually hurt you when it comes to building an income in a company. And so some of these questions here we do cover in a different training, but again, for tonight's purposes, we can't go into all the details here tonight. But again, we have done training before. It is recorded. It is live, of course, on the OurGWT.com website here. And also, one of the biggest things in short summary is that we don't have any ranks. There's no levels that stop you from earning income down to infinity. We have no flushing of volume. There's no cap on volume or carryover volume. And again, like Lior said, the world's very first free-flowing variable binary compensation plan in the world. And so, and one thing that I do want to mention as well too about the company, again, in comparison to all the other kind of companies out there, you have so many issues that you don't have here at GWT because the grass is greener in GWT. For instance, your products don't go bad. I remember in my first health and wellness company, I would have a stock up of products in my kitchen or in my garage. And, I would notice that the maximum shelf life for these products is like a year or 2 years, and they're actually going bad. So, a few months before they go bad, I'm trying to basically start giving away these lotions and potions or, protein things or vitamin things to all my family. And, it's kind of bad because you basically, that was your investment for your business. It's going bad. So your investment, your expenses are going bad. Our products don't expire, so there's no shelf life with our company. All the things that you throw out, and you throw away things, you throw away bad vitamins, you throw away shampoos, you throw away detergent, you throw away your video phone that's gotten that expired or obsolete. You throw away a lot of things. The one thing you never ever throw away are products like that we have at GWT. No one would ever throw away a silver piece. You've got to be insane. No one would ever throw away a gold piece or a nice watch, nice sunglasses, nice handbags. No one ever throws away the things that we have. And so it's a beauty that we don't have these problems. Again, our products don't need to be tasted or tried for 3 months. In my last company, I remember that I was actually telling someone, to hop on our, this monthly auto ship, and they're trying these products, and they instantly started getting cramps in their stomach. And it's actually one of my ex-coworkers from my last job. And so, she told me that, Rene, I'm getting these really bad cramps and my stomach hurts, but I was told from my company training to tell people to keep on trying the products because it'll get better after 3 months. So I told her to keep trying the products, and she kept getting stomach cramps and stomach aches. After 3 months, she came back to me and said, Rene, I'm already having bad stomach aches, my washroom experience is very, unsettling, I'm not feeling well. I literally felt so bad that I had to tell her, you know what? Her name was Ivy. Ivy, just stop taking the products. It's not meant for you. And so the beauty about GWT is you don't have to taste our products. You don't have to lick that silver ring to know it's a good silver. You don't have to go and lick the gold ring to know it's a good gold. When you see it, you know it. We're backed by the world's largest third-party, appraisers and certifiers. You don't have to taste or try our products. You see it. In 3 seconds, you know if you like it or you don't. And if you don't like one piece, not to worry, we have 1,200 other SKUs to choose from as well too. Of course, our products, again, don't lose their value. So in fact, what's so amazing about this company is that for the past 6 years now of me being in the company, I'm so proud to say that, I have a table full of silver and gold and sunglasses and watches that we've actually bought over the last 6 years. And the beauty is that it's not actually me who bought all these pieces. My wife can't get enough of my IA. So, we have an amazing phenomenon at GWT where in my last company, my ex-girlfriends or would never like what I was doing. In GWT, my wife loves what I'm doing because she gets to choose and buy and go shopping, from my IA account. So we're constantly fighting over my monthly auto ship, which is our IA account. So, it's amazing what we have here. Of course, our products can be passed down as heirlooms. You don't pass down expired vitamins to your next generation. They're thinking, are you insane? In our company, you can actually pass down our products as heirlooms. So, I have gotten a lot of, luckily for myself, my grandparents have bought a lot of gold watches and gold. They passed down to my mom, of course, and that's been passed down to me, to my future generations, year after year after year, generation after generation. Again, our products are an investment that actually gain value. So where every other company has some sort of a auto ship or a monthly commitment that doesn't gain value over time, ours actually does. And it's so amazing that in a company that you don't have to have all these concerns that you have in other companies as well. So, but there are a lot more other key reasons that that you want to build your belief in the company. And Lior, why don't we really sort of quickly cover, just really quickly, sort of 2 seconds each, the top 25 reasons why GWT products.
Well, that's great, Rene. And I just want to add, a lot of companies say, well, our products, they help people and heal people. And, I can't really speak about that, but the most important thing is the compensation plan, because that's really what's going to put money in your pocket. So one thing that our CEO Ramin Mesgarlu says is that for every one person that your product helps, your compensation plan hurts 10 people. So you might be helping one person, but you're still hurting a lot of people. So if you guys want some more information on our compensation plan and the pitfalls that other companies have inside of their compensation plans and the obstacles they have in their compensation plans, watch the training called The Pitfalls of Compensation Plans, which is also located on ourgwt.com, and you'll definitely understand why our compensation plan is number one. But really quickly, the top 25 reasons why our products are the best. Number one, naturally high profit. In other companies, you need an army of users to make a healthy residual income because their profit margins are so small. In our company, the profit margins are so big because jewelry has the highest profit margin of any product in the world. That's number one. Number two, it's got a designer brand on it. So when you combine jewelry and a designer brand, that's massive profitability. And massive profitability means you don't need a big team to make a healthy residual income. You just need a much smaller team, probably 10 times smaller, to make a huge residual income. So would you rather have a large team or a small team to make residual income? Obviously, a small team. Number two, our products are visual. You don't have to carry vitamins in your pocket or a video phone in your car. You just wear it, people see it, and because these products are a want, they're emotional. It's instant gratification. So it's very easy to build your business. You just walk around, people compliment you, and you're able to do your business that way. They're cultural. No matter what country in the world you go to, India, Canada, South America, jewelry is always given as a cultural gift, and so it's something that's understood. You don't have to explain it to people. You don't have to tell somebody in India what jewelry is or in South America what jewelry is. Everybody understands it. It's unique. It's never been done before in direct sales, number one. And number two, our designs are unique. You cannot find our designs in any other jewelry store in the world. So what you have, only you have. Number five, we have value. Other people are trying to convince people of benefit. So they're trying to convince you that you need their product because of the benefit. You're going to lose weight. You're not going to die, whatever their benefit is. We don't need that because our product has value. You see it. I can't explain to you the value of a watch. You already know what the value of the watch is because you just put it on and you feel good. And again, you don't have to try our products for 90 days to feel better. As soon as you put on that watch, you feel good right now. Okay? So that's another big difference. Number six, they're tangible product lines. It's not just a concept. It's not number seven. Our products increase in value. I remember really quickly, I got a watch 10 years ago that was worth $5,000. Today, you can find that same watch in that same store for $10,000. It doubled in price, and it doesn't even have gold and diamonds or any precious materials in it. Just because it's a brand name, it doubled in price. So imagine the product that you are wearing today, how much that's going to be worth in the next 5 or 10 years. Our products appreciate in value, and you don't have to flush them down the toilet like you do in other companies. So, Rene, do you want to go down the next list?
All right, quickly here. Number 8, we have no competition when it comes to our products in other companies. We have other companies only have number 9, vast selection of flagship products. Most other companies only have like 5 to 10 products that they're trying to sell to you, your market. In our company, we have a vast selection of 1,200 SKUs and always growing of our flagship products here. Again, our products are pre-approved in every country around the world. Number 11, our products have verifiable retail value. So in other companies, they're telling you that this juice is, it's worth $200, but your cost is $100. But how do you know that that juice is actually worth $200? What's the verifiable proof of that? Well, in GWT, we have that because 925 silver, gold, we have those appraisings and certifications by the world's largest third-party companies. We also have, again, we talked about before, huge media accolades. Number 13, our products are authenticated and certified. And 14, we are a recession-proof industry. So again, our products are actually recession-proof because when tummy gets tight, when the dollar is dropping, the one thing that's going up is gold, diamonds, and silver. Lior, number 15.
Number 15. Just waiting for the slide. Oh, there we go. Number 15, want versus need. Again, we don't have to convince people that they need our products. People want the products without us having to say a word. Number 16, investment versus consumption. And we talked about this already. You're not spending money on something that you're going to put in your garage until it expires. You're spending money on something that you can sell for more in the future. Products can be shared as gifts. For the holidays. Number 18, they're gorgeous. They're beautiful. Who wouldn't want our products? Number 19, they're exciting products. I know people who get started and they just can't wait to go shopping. That's how excited they are to get the products. Number 20, we have the only IA inventory account program in the world, which means you don't have to get a ring every single month automatically that's sent to you without your consent or without your knowledge. You get to save up money month after month and then use that money to buy whatever your heart desires. Only program in the world. Rene, you want to take the next one?
Yeah, and really quickly there, one really key point is that in our company, you don't get bored of our products like in other companies where it's the same thing being sold for 20, 30 years. In our company, our teams go on an all-time high when we launch day-to-day bags, when we're launching different items. The excitement just gets bigger and bigger every single year. But number 21, we have high quality products. We don't sell low quality things. We have high quality products. But more importantly, we have number 22, a high retention percentage. So, the average on DSA for retention for every other company is about 6%, which is so incredibly low. So after 1 year, if you had 100 people, only 6 people are left. In our company, we have a high retention percentage of like 70%. I've seen some teams that have like a 90% retention ratio as well too. Number 23, we have the best retail profits. Every other company by law has to show one income earning stream called the retail profits as part of the comp plan. But if you look at the actual activity, no one is actually really selling retail items because the retail cost is so unrealistically high. It's unnaturally inflated. In our company, we have real retail profits through the catalog, branding parties, internet. Me and Gary had a fun time just doing a fun test of doing a retail event. So $1,000 worth of products in 2 hours, and that was we got free food, watching a free singing contest. I mean, that's just how simple retailing is. Number 24, our products are reliable. You don't have to worry about things going bad or things breaking on you. We have an incredible 1-year warranty where every other company in the world in silver doesn't even give you a warranty for their products. We have a 1-year warranty on that as well too to show how much we know our products are good. Number 25, our product lines are safe. No one can get hurt by investing into our products. Where every other company, again, because your products expire, they go obsolete, they go bad, they lose their value. In GWT, our products actually gain value over time. But the more important thing to finish off tonight, really quickly again, and Lior, I know that for me and you, we spent a lot of years working on this, but it comes down to the belief in yourself. So Lior, really quickly here again, we're kind of coming tight on time here, but how important is the belief of Tripod in yourself?
Well, first of all, Rene, really quickly, I just want to say that the 25 reasons why our products are the best. That video has been made by our CEO and founder, Ramin Mesgarli. You can find it again on ourgwt.com or send it to your prospects, and now your belief in the company should be massive after going through all of that. But the most important part of the three tripods, as important as belief in the industry is, as important as belief in the company is, none of that is going to matter if you don't have belief in yourself. The most important pillar of the tripod of belief and the tripod of success is your self, belief in yourself. We are all made equal. So again, Rene and myself are just like you, just like Ramin. We are all human beings. The only difference is that the people who are successful, they train their mindset and they practice and they learn from different trainings and they memorize certain things so that they can be successful. Again, it has to do with your mindset and how much do you want to master the material. We all have two hands, two feet, two ears, one mouth, one head. You know, we're all human beings and we can all achieve the same level of results, especially in this company with no ranks. Everyone is on a very equal playing field. So is it true people are born as salespeople? No. I mean, anybody can become a salesperson. All you have to do is practice and learn the skills that are involved. You know, are doctors superheroes? No. They just went to school and learned skills. Are lawyers superheroes? No. They just went to school and learned the skills and practiced. And again, in our profession, we're a profession just like doctors, just like lawyers. If you want to be good at your profession, you need to learn the skills and you need to practice. There's no difference wherever you put your mind to. You just have to put your mind to it and commit to making it happen, and it will become a reality. Watch motivational videos. Again, every morning I read 10 pages of a motivational book or watch a YouTube video. There's lots of them. You can do a YouTube search for Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Anthony Robbins, Jim Rohn. Any one of these guys will motivate you every day, and it will program your mindset. From the age of 16 years old, I started watching Anthony Robbins and started training my mind for success. Attend personal development courses. I've attended many of them, many of them. And what I always say is, if you just hear one thing in this course, just one thing, your money was worthwhile, because that one thing that you learned in this course that allowed you to think differently was worth the price of admission. Think positively. If you have not seen The Secret, as soon as this training is done, go to Netflix, go to Blockbuster, wherever you have to go, get the movie The Secret and watch it and believe in it, because it's true, and it will allow things to happen in your life that you did not think were ever going to happen. And there's only one person that needs to believe in you. Your parents don't need to believe in you. Your friends don't need to believe in you. Your children don't need to believe in you. Your spouse doesn't need to believe in you. The only person who needs to believe in you is you. If you have that belief in yourself, nobody else matters, and you can make happen whatever you want to make happen, and you can make this business happen just like other people in this business are making it happen as well. Rene?
Thank you so much for that, Lior. Of course, there's again what Lior says, that there's all types of people who are successful out there, and there's no stereotype. There's no one kind of person or one kind of background that could have more success than others. And so, what I realized in one sort of training I was doing back in the days at this MMI event was you either have two kind of outcomes in life. And for anything you're trying to achieve, you're either going to end up with either reasons, also known as excuses, or you're going to have results. And I learned at a very sort of younger age to start to do things in my life that always gave me a result and not a reason. So a lot of us have a lot of reasons or excuses why we can't do what we need to do to get ahead in life. For example, well, I can't miss a bachelorette, or I have to go and do this, or I have to go and do hang with my friends. These are all reasons or excuses. So if you just change your mindset and focus on getting results, you're going to find out really quickly that a lot of your time might be wasted right now. So from the late Jim Rohn, he says that what you are seeing, hearing, or listening to, or talking about is not getting you where you want to be, then why are you doing those things? So if what you're talking about, listening about, hearing about, whatever, or or talking about in general is not getting you to where you want to be, why are you talking or doing or hearing about those kind of things? And moving along here, though, it's really just about getting past the no's, because the only difference between people like Lior and myself and all the other top birds of the company and everyone else who's either has quit by now or given up is that we just simply have gotten more no's than they have. There are a lot of people out there who are making a healthy four-figure income check now, a five-figure income check, and the only difference between you, if you're not having the result that you want, and the people who are, is that the people who are having the results that you want are simply getting more results than getting more no's than you have. So if I ask Lior, Lior, have you ever gotten even one no? I'm sure Lior will say, of course he has.
Never.
Yeah, imagine, and if I ask Lior, have you ever gotten more than 100 no's? The answer would be,
Never.
yeah. How real is, do you think any of the top income earners in the company have never even gotten one no? And if you're thinking, so the reality is that we just got more no's than you did. Um, but also,
Rene, the reality is I got 5 no's today. And so what? You know what I mean? You don't think Ramin gets no's? You don't think Rene gets no's? We all get no's. The only difference between the people who get no's.
hi, Lior, are you still there? Not sure how to Lior, uh, but
Rene, can you hear me?
yeah, you just came back now.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying is that, everybody gets no's, and the difference between people who get no's and don't get no's is the people who don't get no's aren't working. The people who get no's are out there talking to people, getting no's, and moving past the no's.
Fantastic. Yeah. So and the main thing here is to really know that it's not personal. When someone says no, to whatever you're showing them, it's not they're saying that it's a personal attack that they don't like you. It's just that the timing wasn't right. It's and it's not to say that a no now today is a no 2 years from now. A no today could be a yes 2 months from now, as long as you follow up. And I asked Lior in the Miami Bootcamp, when was the longest follow up you've taken till someone said yes? I think his answer was 3 years, right, Lior?
Yeah.
Or, yes.
Yeah.
So 3 years of follow up because the timing just wasn't right. But had Lior quit after the first no and didn't continue onwards and be forensic and follow up with people, month after month, he would never have had that yes 3 years in the future. And so, the way to think about this business really is, is not to get personal. You have great value to get to someone else, and you want to kind of, find the aces in the deck. So, if you had a deck shuffled randomly, I mean, you're sort of flipping and you look for the aces. You might not get the ace right on the first flip, but if you stop flipping the cards, you're never going to get to the aces. So as long as you don't quit when you get a no, you will eventually have the success. And same thing, with a slot machine. If I gave you 100 coins and told you that in this slot machine, if you put in 100 coins at some point in time, you will hit the jackpot, what would you do? You would simply put in 1 coin, pull the handle, and if it didn't hit jackpot, you would put in another coin. And so the reality is that, as long as you don't quit and you keep putting coin after coin, doing tour after tour, you eventually get that yes, and that's how you have success. And most importantly, it's nothing personal when someone says no to you. It's not like they don't like you. It's just the timing wasn't right for them. Lior, back to you.
Oh my God, I gotta know. This business is too hard. I can't do it. Nobody wants to do it. I can't do this business. But, those are all excuses. Those are all excuses for you not to have to keep hearing a no. But here's the thing. If you want to get to a yes, the only way to get to the yes is to hear a lot of no's. So the more no's you hear, you're going to get to the yes. So get rid of your excuses that it's the company. Get rid of your excuses that it's you. It has nothing to do with you that you're getting no's. That's the nature of the business. And my favorite example is baseball. In baseball players get paid millions of dollars to strike out 7 times out of 10. If a baseball player strikes out 7 times out of 10, they give them millions of dollars. Why? Because there's no baseball player in the world that can hit a ball more than 3 times out of 10. There's not one. Okay, so baseball players understand that they're going to strike out 7 times. Do you think they care? Do they blame the baseball team? Do they blame baseball? Do they blame the bat? No, they understand. I'm going to strike out 7 times out of 10, but I'm going to hit the ball 3 times. And if I hit the ball 3 times out of 10, I'm going to become a millionaire. And that's the mindset that you need to have. You need to understand you're going to get no's many times. But after many times of no's, you're going to get yeses. And so don't blame everybody and yourself. It's just the nature of the industry. So going back to belief in yourself, and we're going to finish up here any minute now. You will only fail if you stop. Again, I've seen people get no's for years, and because they didn't stop, they finally got yeses of people who helped them to be able to make lots and lots of money. You never want to stop because you never know who you're going to meet, who's going to be that person that you were looking for all along. You only stop learning when you stop. If you keep going, regardless if you have results, you're going to keep learning. And if you keep learning, you're going to keep getting better. And that's what it's all about. Just keep getting better. Don't be a quitter. Okay? Do you often find yourself doing something halfway? Are you doing everything that you have full out? And the reason you're going to give it everything that you've got is your why. Your why has to make you cry. You have to have a reason that you're going to go out there and hear no 5, 10, 15, 50, 100 times. Why are you willing to hear the word no 100